So I'm here with Yardley Wong, the founder of a fashion concept called Skandiastyle, and we're here in your new pop-up shop in Times Square in Hong Kong. Can you explain how this is different from a normal shop?
We are so different compared to traditional retailers, and because we have digital platform, we try to encourage our customer to be seamlessly interact online and offline at the same time. So we have no physical boundary when it comes to transactions and deliver it to their homes, or they can pick it up in the stores.
So when they're here in the shop, you walk into a shop and I want to buy something, how would I do it here?
So they will use the phone to scan the QR code to understand the brand. If they want to know further about the product, they can scan the QR code on the product individually, and they can buy online right away just by clicking 3 buttons, which is buy now, log in, and then paid. And it's a very seamless, simple interactions when it comes to transactions. In the traditional way, mostly is the cashier, but instead of that, we use iPad and a Wi-Fi card swiper. So instead of customer have to wait in the line forever, each salespeople are personally serving the customer, and they can just buy on spot.
And what's been the reaction to that in Hong Kong?
I think for most of our mainland tourists or mainland Chinese audience, they are very familiar with our QR code. But for Hong Kong customer, they are very amazed by how, okay, I thought this is just a regular store. Actually, they think this is a pop-up store. But of course, you know, in Hong Kong it's a little bit different, and you know, people still using the traditional Visa card and MasterCards.
So in China, the thing that they have is WeChat. So they do everything with WeChat, from buying fish to paying for taxis to paying for dinner to doing their banking. So it's the super app of all apps. So the whole concept of shopping online and being in store and then transacting online is kind of normal.
Hong Kong is quite far behind, isn't it, compared to mainland China in terms of these developments. Is this going down well in Hong Kong? Do you think consumers are ready for it?
Yes, it's definitely a market that is somewhat kind of lagging behind in terms of retail innovation, because for a long time the ability to just kind of pop down to a shop in a physical environment was so easy that you didn't really need to invest in what we call the O2O experience or the omni-channel experience. But in the last couple of years, we've seen a real drive from retailers to invest more in innovative shopping experiences for brands. So we're starting to see that Hong Kong is developing as a kind of a more interesting retail concept, bringing new innovations to the forefront, and Yardley's perfectly placed to bring Scandiastyle here right now.
Have you seen this kind of retail concept in Hong Kong before?
This is a really new retail concept, and I think Yardley has such a compelling vision of what the retail shopping experience should be like. It's brand new in terms of what it offers to the consumers, in that they're not confined in a way to shop. So if they want to shop at home but pick up in store, which you refer to as click and collect, that's something they can do. If they want to come into the store, try on items, have them delivered later, they can also do that. Or if they want to get them immediately and come in store, try them on and walk out with them, they can also do that. So it gives the consumers choice in the way they want to experience these brands that you can't find anywhere else in Hong Kong.
You mentioned that sometimes it can be difficult with landlords here embracing new concepts. What other limitations are there for retail moving in exciting new directions like this?
Yes, the landlords can hinder innovation sometimes, because when you have a physical retail store, you are running your sales through the landlord's POS, often point of sale. But when you bring in a concept such as Scandiastyle, where there's no cashiers, then how do you kind of run those sales in terms of the landlord getting their fair share? So that's where the conversation and the dialogue needs to change with the retailers and the landlords to see how together they can create new shopping experiences that address customer needs.
Does it mostly appeal to younger people, would you say? What sort of ages are we talking about who are really embracing it?
Our customer who pretty much into our product or website is between 25 to 45. It's a very big range, but this is a range where they are so enlightened to culture, travelings, they're looking for improving their quality of life. So when they look into our platforms, which we have a lot of information, editorials talking about this kind of new form of lifestyle.
And what do you think appeals to Asian consumers about the Scandinavian lifestyle and fashion?
In Asia, everybody's lifestyle is very fast-paced, and everything's very regular, because very busy life. But Scandinavia have their own culture of balance of life and work. I think there's a simplicity. That kind of style is something we're trying to introduce.
In terms of China and Hong Kong, especially China, we have a new wave of young consumers that are very savvy, they've got great taste, they've got access to information, they've got access to brands. So the high level of quality of design and detail they're seeking in terms of the Scandinavian concept and the culture. We're seeing more people travelling to Scandinavian destinations from China and really responding well to what those cultures offer.